Hey guys, welcome to the Windows 8 series. Today's tip number 3, we're going to be covering app groups. So with Windows 8, as I talked about in the previous tips, you have the new modern UI, and that can get really cluttered and really messy fast as opposed to the desktop. So we're going to talk a little bit about organizing your app groups, more specifically the tiles that you have in your modern UI. So again, to invoke your modern UI, you simply will tap the Windows key. Once you're in the Windows key, as I mentioned earlier, you have your live tiles here where your apps will show up. And if I use to click and drag around, for example, this is how you, again, edit your tiles. But what if you want to more specifically put them in their own little groups here and get a better overview? So for example, let's say I want to make them these called utilities. What I can do is go into the bottom right here to invoke the zoom out tool. And once I'm in the zoomed out region, you can see I get a general overview of my tiles. Now I can group these specifically. As you can see here, these are all one group. So I can right click on this and then say name this group. I can click that and then I can now add a name to the group. So again, I can name it utilities in this case. I'll hit name and you can see now I get a overview of the name. So when I briefly click again the zoom out button, I can know that these are all my utilities apps and simply click in to browse it, and you can see now I also have the utilities logo above. Now to add again apps to their group, you simply would take an app, drag it, and once you get this little spacer right here, that makes its own group. So you can now add apps between in that under it, next to it, etc. to be in that group. This is an easier way to group applications, and again, it's just a nice way to organize. You can still drag out apps in between different groups here, so if you want to easily just drag them out, you can do that, and so on and so forth. Again, if you're on a tablet interface, you would just pinch out to zoom to get this overview interface. Again, if you're on Windows with a mouse and desktop, you simply go to the bottom right and use this zoom out tool to get that overview, right click, and name your apps. This is an easier way to group applications within Windows 8 to make it a less cluttered interface within the new modern UI. Stay tuned for more tips where we cover our top 50 tips for Windows 8. Thanks for watching.